Hello, so I finally completed my Dopey challenge, the 2021 Dopey challenge, which is my second official one, although this one was virtual, and I'm hoping to do one in 2 years, which to do it back at Walt Disney World. But this one went pretty well, especially if you compare it to the first time I tried to do the Dopey on 2017. But I'll get back to that. It went pretty well. I mean, many issues that I usually have in long runs, I managed to avoid all of them. I didn't have any blisters, my nails didn't cut into my other toes or anything. I don't know if it was because of the socks that I wore, especially at the marathon. I didn't have any chafing at all. I didn't feel anything at all. My foot that was hurting, I actually kind of hurt the first couple of days, my tendonitis on my right foot. It didn't hurt almost at all in the half marathon and nothing in the marathon. So all those things, like I didn't have any maybe stomach ache or anything after a while of running. Everything went perfect in that way. Also, the plan of waking up at a certain hour to go to run. Also, I managed to keep that schedule almost perfectly. I went out exactly at the times I wanted to go out. So in that way, it was perfect. It was really good. This is really gonna be a short video because there's not much I have to say about this. It went really well. Maybe just a small setback is that I showed you a little light that I was going to use to run at night, because every day I was going to run at least an hour before dawn. By the first hour of the half marathon, it broke, but I kind of find a way to fix it for the marathon, thankfully. So it also didn't, at the end, it wasn't a problem. But yeah, 5K was perfect. I ran a little bit faster than I wanted to, but I thought it was okay. And 10K was the same thing. So I ran it like also 1 minute or 2 minutes faster than I thought. Then I did the half marathon. I had to wake up a little bit earlier because I wanted to make sure that I had time to come back and get ready for a class that I was taking. And I barely made it in that way, but I ran it exactly at 5 minutes per kilometer. That was what I wanted for every race. But yeah, I was a little bit tired after the half marathon, but up to that point everything was great. And then I decided that I wanted to run the marathon at like 5:15, anything under 5:30 was going to be okay. But as I was running, I don't know, I was looking at my watch. I know it's not really exact, but I couldn't go slower. I don't know why. So most of the race, I was running at like 5 minutes and 1 second to 5 minutes and 4 seconds per kilometer, almost all of the race, until the last maybe like 5 kilometers that I started to really get tired. But yeah, it is a bad strategy. The same bad strategy that I had in my previous marathons, but this time I was doing so well most of the race that at the end, even though I slowed down a lot, I really didn't care. I knew it was going to happen because it happens to me every time. But yeah, so as I had to slow down a lot at the end. Actually, the last three kilometers, I was really tired, and I had to stop like 5 times to walk. I didn't actually stop, but I had to slow down and walk for like maybe 10-20 seconds. But yeah, I knew that my time was going to be so good that it didn't matter. And yeah, so at the end, after Strava, like even though they show you a time when you finish, after you upload it, it changes a little because I guess it adjusts. I guess that's better, it makes it more exact. It showed that I ran, I think, at 5:12. So I really slowed down because if like 35, 37 kilometers I was running at 5:03, and I ended up at 5:12. That means those last 5 kilometers I really slowed down, but it was perfect. So to conclude this, I achieved both of my goals. My marathon time was 3 hours, 39 minutes, and 21 seconds, which is great. It's 15 minutes faster than my Dopey marathon, which was my fastest marathon. So 15 minutes finally, because I had done 3:55, then 4:04, and then 4:01 because of bad strategy in Guadalajara, and I finally did 3:39. I'm aware, as I said, that my watch is not exact, so maybe it was 5 or even, I don't think so, but maybe 10 minutes slower, but like my official time is 3:39. Especially if you compare it to to the Mexico City Marathon, that's 25 minutes, or even if you want a little less of difference of running in the same place at the same altitude. That I always say is really important. And yeah, that's it. I don't want to go a lot longer with that. So I broke my marathon record finally. This is my 4th marathon, and I broke my Dopey record. After the half marathon, I kinda knew I was going to do it. Only if I did really bad on the marathon, I was not gonna be able to do it, but I did it. And so the one that I ran here in 2017, as I said before, was 8 hours, 43 minutes, 21 seconds. The one that I ran at Walt Disney World, my first official Dopey in 2019, was 7 hours, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And for this Dopey 2021, it was 6 hours, 39 minutes and 25 seconds. So a little over almost 25 minutes faster overall. And I'm really happy about that. Also a little bit nervous, because if I'm able to go to do the Dopey in 2023, this is like my benchmark. Even if I stop for all the pictures or whatever, I have to do it faster than 6:39. And yeah, that's it. I'm really happy. In other kind of news, the medals, as I said, especially with the pandemic and everything, I don't know where I'm going to get mine, but I just saw that all the medals started arriving really fast. Literally like a week later, they started arriving, but I hadn't seen until today. I hadn't seen any challenge medals arrive, and just like a few hours ago, I saw the first person that posted on Facebook that they had received their Dopey challenge medals. So that's great. Everybody's getting their medals. Mine will probably arrive soon, in the next like 2 weeks probably. But as you know, I'm not gonna be able to get them until I can go to the US to get them, or someone can bring them to me. So I'm going to do something. I decided to do something that I saw someone do for the races, and I wish I had thought of that, because that would have been awesome. But now, even though I didn't do it on time, I want to do it. And they just reproduced the medals with, I guess, cardboard. They printed them, and like in the pictures, they look real. They look awesome. So until I can get my real medals, I'm going to I'm gonna get them in the real size and everything. Some printed out medals, so I can also put them how I want them to look over here. And when I get the real ones, I'll just put them in. Yeah, because in other case, I will probably get my like Mexico Marathon and other stuff before these ones, even though I will run those races in like 6 months. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm really satisfied with the results of this Dopey. I'm glad I did it, and I'm very excited to do it again in a couple of years. And just to finish, I also want to show this graphic, and this is just like my mileage throughout my Dopey training. It was, as you can see, I didn't run a lot. Like the total of each week, and the total of all the training isn't a lot. Also, I didn't go like progressively. I didn't run more each week. It went like it was all around the place because of like injuries and because I was following the other plan. But yeah, I still did well. This is probably my most complete training plan that I've ever done. I have very cool results. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and run.